Good morning and welcome to the Daily Brief right here at K24 TV. My name is Samuel Njoroge.
And my name is Shiksha Arora. Remember, you can keep interacting with us on our social media handles. That's at K24 TV on Facebook and Twitter. And the hashtag is K24 Daily Brief. Talk to us. Tell us what is happening around you this Friday.
On to other priority stories on our news diary as of now is that Moses Wainaina, the proprietor of Precious Talents Academy in Dagoretti, where a building collapsed on Monday, killing 8 pupils, is expected in court this morning. A report by the Ministry of Education on the tragedy found that the school had exceeded the number of pupils allowed. The institution has since been closed and its license revoked.
All right, moving on now. A 3-judge bench is today expected to deliver a ruling on the legality of the new currency notes already in circulation. Activist Okia Omtata accuses the central bank of contravening the constitution by retaining the portrait of Kenya's first president on the new generation notes. Omtata further faults the CBK for directing that all the old 1,000 notes be withdrawn by October 1st. Justices Anthony Mirima, Kimondo Kani and Arsenath Ongeri will deliver that ruling.
Now, the Special Funds Committee is currently examining audit reports on financial statements for the Agricultural Settlement Fund trustees. The committee will therefore conduct 2 field visits in Trans Nzoia and Nakuru to verify the size of land bought for IDPs under the program and ascertain actual beneficiaries. The team is expected to visit Lomolo and Kisima farms in Nakuru.
Now, Rift Valley Regional Commissioner George Natembeya will today inspect ongoing construction of the Eldoret Town Bypass. The County Commissioner will later tour Kip Karen Water Project alongside the County Commissioner Uasin Gishu.
Now, today, the world marks World Tourism Day, as set aside by the United Nations World Tourism Organization since 1980. The purpose of this day is to raise awareness on the role of tourism within the international community and to demonstrate how it affects a social, cultural, political, and economic values worldwide. The theme this year is Tourism and Jobs, a better future for all, with India playing host.
All right, now moving on, Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i will today preside over the joint launch of strategic plans for the National Police Service and the National Police Service Commission. Also expected at the event is Police Inspector General Hilary Mutiambai and NPSC Chair Eliud Kinuthia. The event will take place at the Kenya School of Government in Kabete.
And how about we begin interacting with our regions? And right now, let's take you to Kisumu and bring in our reporter Baraka Karama, who's joining us live from the Lakeside City with an update on what we can expect from his end today.
Samuel, a very good morning to you back there in Nairobi. Indeed, the story that we are today focusing on is the collapse of the giant Mumias sugar factory. Remember, that particular factory has been put under receivership earlier this week. And of course, we'll be talking to various stakeholders, especially the Kenya Sugarcane Growers Association, just to give us what they think about this particular move. Remember, there's been some renewed effort by the government to revive Mumias Sugar Factory, and just a month ago, we did see a committee that was formed by the Kakamega County Governor Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya releasing its report. And remember, this particular report, of course, was an issue that of course elicited mixed reaction from various quarters, with various stakeholders saying that that report had no meaning, and of course they say that the intention and the purpose that it was meant to achieve did not come to pass. So we'll be talking to various stakeholders as far as this particular issue is concerned. Remember, this particular region, the western part of Kenya, sugarcane is one of the main economic activity in this part of the region, but we've seen quite a number of challenges in the sugar industry. Remember, Chemelil Sugar Factory, Muhoroni are also under receivership, and Miwani Sugar Factory collapsed over 2 decades ago. So we'll be engaging stakeholders as far as this particular issue is concerned, maybe to get their comment in regards to this particular issue. Remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta did form a special task force that was supposed to look into the plights of the sugarcane farmers within the larger sugarcane growing zones. Up to now, the various stakeholders say that that report they've not yet seen the fruits of that report, and of course they've been making that passionate appeal to the President and the CS for Agriculture, Mwangi Kiunjuri, just to ensure that they look into the plight of the cane farmers. So one of the major stories that we are focusing on today is we'll be engaging the stakeholders in the sugar industry just to get their views and maybe their proposals in relation to the problems that are of course affecting the cane farmers in the larger western Kenya region. So that is one of the major stories that we are focusing on today. The second story and the last story that of course we'll also be looking into, we are still on that particular issue of the infrastructure in schools, and of course today we'll be showing you, we'll visit one of the schools in Kisumu West constituency, a Kingley Primary School, that of course we've seen the pupils they are living in a time bomb, going by the structures that of course are in that particular institution, and we'll be getting reactions and views and maybe comments from other teachers just to give us their comments in regards to the state of that particular institution. Just yesterday we saw the CS for Education, George Magoha, moving up the speed to ensure that all schools that do not comply with the regulations that are required by the Ministry of Education in terms of construction are shut down. So we'll be giving you the pictures of the state of that particular institution just to see whether the Ministry of Education can move up with speed to help the pupils who are learning in that particular institution, because like I say, they're living in a time bomb, and of course you'll be able to see the pictures of that particular institution and the condition of that particular institution. The last story, of course, we are still on the corridor of justice, and we expect actually sources have already clarified to us that the embattled Speaker Onyango is supposed to go to court today. Actually, we are told that by yesterday he had already finished his paperwork, and he is expected to go to court today to fight his impeachment. Remember, just last week 42 MCAs did vote anonymously to eject Olo as the Speaker of the County Assembly, and 2 days ago we saw the ODM party leader Raila Odinga meeting the leadership of Kisumu County, led by the acting Speaker Lisho Raro and the Kisumu County Governor Professor Peter Nyang'nyong'o, alongside the Majority Whip Ken Onyango. Of course, we saw them engaging in a discussion, and remember yesterday the acting Speaker did clarify that they had the blessings of the party leader, and of course they are saying that Raila is supposed to visit this particular region in 2 weeks' time, maybe to try and harmonize the issues that of course have seen Kisumu MCAs being split down the middle following the wrangles that of course have threatened to tear the unity of the MCAs apart. So we'll be making a follow-up whether Onyango will be living to his word to go to court to fight his impeachment that was done by the MCAs last week. So those are the key stories that, of course, today we are focusing on, and key among them is the reactions and comments from the sugarcane stakeholders in relation to the collapsed Mumias sugar factory, where we saw the government putting it under receivership. Back to you, Samuel.
Thank you, Baraka Karama, for that update live from Kisumu County today. It's all about auditing of primary schools in terms of infrastructure, and we'll also be getting a bit from the County Assembly, courtesy of the fact that there was a meeting right here at Capitol Hill, and it appears that Onyango Olo is on his way out as a Speaker of the Kisumu County Assembly.
All right, moving on from Kisumu County to Uasin Gishu County, where we've got our reporter Timothy Simwa on standby as he tells us what to expect from his end today. And of course, a very good morning to you, Timothy. What can we expect from Uasin Gishu County today?
Good morning to you, Shiksha. Uasin Gishu County has a number of issues on the cards that we'll be following up to, and one of them, Shiksha, will be the tour by the Rift Valley coordinator, that is George Natembea. He was here very early in the morning. He paid a courtesy call to the county commissioner's office, and in his mission in Uasin Gishu, Shiksha Natembea will be touring the Kipkaren water project just to inspect its progress, and thereafter you'll also be touring the Eldoret bypass. This is a bypass, Shiksha, that is meant to decongest Eldoret town. Of course, that is currently grappling with the problem of jam, especially in the evening hours. It's very terrible for motorists who are, of course, plying along this route. So upon its completion, this particular bypass is expected to at least ease to a greater extent the problem of congestion within town. And just to let you know, Shiksha, is that, of course, on one end, that is around Mailitisa, where the interchange is for those who are traveling to western part of the country, those who are traveling to Turkana. The construction is almost complete. The only part that is left in this construction is now the road that will link the two joints, and this has to do with compensation. We know that a number of families or people who are supposed to pave way for the construction of that road are still crying about the issue of compensation, and I know today we'll be giving maybe a substantive information from the government on just when they can expect the compensation. Then away from that, Shiksha, another issue that we're also keeping tabs this morning is that the KO Foundation, this is an organization bringing together members of the KO community from Elgeyo Marakwet, are meeting at a place called HZ. This is the same particular place, Shiksha, we were last week. At the same place where the Kimwarer Dam was supposed to be constructed. The meeting coming at a time when the same residents petitioned President Uhuru Kenyatta through the Senate to reconsider his move of doing away with the construction of Kimwarer Dam. We were there, we did interact with the residents of Elgeyo Marakwet, who actually told us their views. Some of them felt it was unfair. They felt being disenfranchised by the government, despite having promised to build them a dam that would go a long way to help them economically and transform lives transform their lives for the better. So this morning they'll be deliberating just to see which way to go upon this cancellation, and on whether the president will heed on their call to maybe reconsider and perhaps reinstate the construction of Kimwarer Dam after he let go of that particular project, while permitting the continuity of Arora Dam in Marakwet West constituency. So this morning they'll be meeting just to look into those issues, Shiksha. And away from that, Shiksha, also we understand that members of the civil society in Uasin Gishu will be joining members of the press to mark the World International Day for Access to Information. It will be a function that will be taking place within town. And last but not least, Shiksha, we understand that county assemblies games are also ongoing within Uasin Gishu right now. So members drawn from the 47 counties across the country are converging here in Uasin Gishu for that particular event. And perhaps we also want to use this opportunity to interact with members of county assemblies. We'll be a short time from now talking to some of them and also getting to ask them questions, especially on the issue of the Punguza Mzigo bill, of which we have seen a section of media alleging that perhaps the whole idea of Punguza Mzigo bill has hit a dead end with only barely 20 days left before the completion of that particular bill being discussed before the floors of the county assemblies. We'll be just getting to know what some of these counties think, at least those counties that are yet to receive that particular bill. Uasin Gishu being the only county that has adopted that bill up to this time. So Shiksha, those are some of the issues we'll be keeping tabs just to see what will be the outcome, and we'll of course bring our viewers up to speed.
Thank you very much, Timothy Simwa, for that update from Uasin Gishu County. Of course, a lot is expected from that particular county, and we're definitely going to be keeping tabs on it and making sure that we keep you informed as it happens.
How about we go to Mombasa?
All right.
Because Dock Workers Union are currently having a press briefing, and here is what they have to tell the public today.
Request the leadership of this region, especially the elected members of parliament, the governors of the region, let them team up with the like-minded so that we help this region not to die economically. Lastly, is that on Monday, we are teaming up as Dock Workers Union with the business community in the demonstration from the elephant tusks up to the Uhuru what do we call Uhuru building? Uhuru Nakazi. We would like this issue to be clearly, informed, the administration concerned, so that they take up the matter with the leadership of this country. We can't sit down as the leadership of Mombasa County or Coast Province tukiangalia mambo ya kienda mramba. We can't allow that. And therefore, we would like to ask and to request the leadership of this, the elected leaders of Coast Province and especially Mombasa, to team up with us on those during that day, Monday. They should also not forget that this time round, hatutasahau mchango yao when it comes to 2022 election. Anybody who is not supporting us in the issue of privatization, in the issue of SGR, in the issue of revitalizing the economy of this place, they will never see parliament. And this time, the local electorate are very, very serious about this issue because it has affected them directly. So let them be cautioned that come 2022, anyone who is not supporting us, he will never see parliament. And that I can assure them that it will be affected by the electorate. For that, I want to give an opportunity to this the business community to also say their part, and especially on the issue of demonstration and how far they've organized the issue. Thank you.
Asante sana Mr. Sang. Okay, I'm going to speak in Swahili. Okay, majina naitwa Salem Karama. Mimi ni mwenyekiti wa vuguvugu hili mnalolisikia la First Action Community. Leo nina furaha kubwa kwa niaba ya First Action kwa kupata nguvu zingine kutoka kwa jamii yetu kama KOTU, Dock Workers Union. Sisi kama First Action ni vuguvugu ambalo tuliliunda kuikomboa Mombasa. Kwa hivyo kitu ambacho ningependa niseme sahizi kwa wapwani wote kwa jumla, tujitokezeni kwa wingi ili misemo ya kungoja maembe yaanguke iondoke. Wametuzindua wao wenyewe, makazi yamepotea katika mji wa Mombasa. Ndugu zangu wa Lamu, sehemu yote ya pwani, tuko pamoja na nyinyi kwa mambo yenu, na nyinyi tuungeni mkono, fanyeni maandamano sehemu zote za pwani ili salamu zifike katika Ikulu. Jambo lingine mimi nasema, sisi kama First Movement tumepanga siku ya Mashujaa Day tutakutana katika uwanja Tononoka, sababu hakuna faida ya kwenda kusherekea uhuru ikiwa hakuna uhuru ambao tunauona wa haki. Ndugu zangu wa pwani, na wasisitiza ya kwamba jitokezeni siku ya Jumatatu, tuoneshe ulimwengu wote kwa jumla ya kwamba sasa mambo yametufika katika koo. Watu wameshajiganyia shingo, mbavu, hata mifupa pia tunanyang'anywa. Ndugu zangu wa Pwani, narudia na nasisitiza, kina mama tokezeni. Hii mambo imeaffect kina mama mboga, imeaffect kila mtu kutokana na hii order ama directive iliyotolewa na rais ya kushurutisha makasha yote yabebwe na SGR. Hatuja kataa SGR ipakie, lakini uhuru wa kibiashara uachiwe wazi. Mtukufu Rais, twakuomba sisi kama watu wa Pwani wapenda amani, tutafanya maandamano mpaka matakwa yetu yafike kiwango ambacho tunahitaji. Ni hayo tu. Asante sana.
So we've got various organizations that are in Mombasa, and basically what they're saying is that come Monday, there will be a major demonstration, and the grievances are center around the issue of SGR, whether or not it should be in charge of transporting cargo into the inland. There's also the whole question of privatization of the port, and some of the issues we've seen being a thorn in the flesh for residents of Mombasa this far. So they say come Monday, there will be that major demonstration to ensure that their voice is heard in as far as these issues are concerned.
All right, all that and much more right after this short break. We'll be back in a moment.